Mambo everyone, and welcome to a beautiful sunshiny day here in Central Florida as we make our way toward Disney's Animal Kingdom. We're going to one of our favorite parks today to surround ourselves in the natural beauty of the park and the animals that make it an absolute must-do on any Disney vacation. As we make our way into the park, we wanted to take a second to mention that Walt Disney World will soon have a new feature on the My Disney Experience app. Car Locator will be a complimentary feature that uses location technology to find and save your parking details. When properly utilized, it should make finding your vehicle in these large parking lots quite a bit easier after a long day in the parks. Once it releases, we'll happily put together a quick video on how to use this feature, so please don't forget to subscribe and join in on the park hopping fun.
But for now, here at the entrance to the Animal Kingdom, you really get a taste of the amount of detail and love that went into the creation of this park. From this point on, you really feel immersed in the incredible work of Joe Rohde and his team of Imagineers. Once in the park, you've really hopped into another world that reflects some of the most breathtaking features of planet Earth. Animal Kingdom has a wonderful mix of both local and foreign flora and fauna. Here in a section of the park called the Oasis, a local white ibis is enjoying the scenery and water features in this often overlooked part of the park. Next time you're here, take a moment to explore. You may come across some gentle but beautiful creatures, and the more adventurous among us will be pleasantly surprised to find the hidden suspension bridge on their path toward the center of the park. As we cross this much larger bridge onto Discovery Island, we're always in awe at the breathtaking heart of the Animal Kingdom, the Tree of Life. Spoiler alert, this evergreen tree is entirely man-made. Despite this fact, during the world's most magical celebration here in Disney World, you can see this tree come to life every night as part of the Beacons of Magic, beginning at dusk and running every 15 minutes until park close.
Across the way, we caught a glimpse of the magnificent peaks of Mount Everest. We're headed into Harambe, the port of East Africa, as we continue to seek out some of the most majestic animals the park has to offer. This section of the park is where you can find the Kilimanjaro safaris. Make sure to take note of what time the safari closes, as times are constantly changing. You can check the closing time for this and other attractions like the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail and the Wildlife Express Train on your My Disney Experience app. Make sure you always plan ahead, as you won't want to miss these incredible experiences. We're going to make our way to Kilimanjaro Safaris now. You'll find it right here in the back of Harambe, past the marketplace.
If you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to leave a like down below and subscribe to join us on our adventures. So come along with us and enjoy the ride.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you again for touring with Kilimanjaro. When it comes to safaris, we go wild. Apologize for the inconvenience and thank you for your patience. As soon as we are moving again, we shall work quickly to get you out of your safari. Thank you again for touring with Kilimanjaro. Hello everyone. The animals are blocking the path of our safari vehicles. We apologize for the inconvenience and thank you for your patience. As soon as we are moving again, we shall work quickly to get you out on your safari.
If you have any loose articles, you want to hold on really tight to those as well. It's going to get really bumpy out there. We're not allowed to stop for any items which may fall out of the vehicle. If you do happen to drop something, let me know. We'll have somebody go up there and get that for you. All right, right down here on the left side by the water, there's a couple of saddle-billed storks. They get their name because they have a yellow saddle-shaped crest at the top of their bill. They stand about 5 feet tall, wingspan about 9 feet across. Look all the way across the water. There's a black rhino over there right by that fallen tree. Black rhinos can weigh about 3,000 pounds, fully grown. Very endangered animals, only about 5,000 left in the entire world. It's in the wild and captivity combined. On our right side is a greater kudu. Now she's a female, and we know that because she doesn't have horns. Only the male kudus have horns. If you look at the horns on the rhino, they're not actual horns. They're not attached to their skulls, and they're made of keratin, like their hair and fingernails instead of bone. Now those horns are the reason they're hunted, and we support several groups that are working really hard to educate people about not using rhino horn products. Along the ridge on the right, there are bongos. They're known as a ghost of the forest, even with a bright coloring. When they get into the bushes, they blend in really well. And if you look at do that going pole, that is Swahili, and it means very slow. On the left, Nile crocodiles. They're found all over sub-Saharan Africa. The big open mouth looks really scary. It's actually one of the ways that they regulate their temperature. They can reach over 16 feet in length. In the wild, they live around 40 years. In captivity, about twice that long. We're heading into the savannah, home to some of the most famous animals. The animals shape the landscape with their eating habits. Elephants push trees over for food. Giraffes eat the under canopy of the trees. Grazing animals eat the grass. Ankoli cattle over on the right, and we should get a pretty good look at them as we go by. There's a hyena laying down back there, just getting up right now. Now, they have the most powerful jaws, the most powerful bite of all the predatory land mammals, more than a lion or a grizzly bear. They live in a matriarchal society. Females are in charge. The lowest ranking female ranks above the highest ranking male. They're known for being scavengers. In reality, they do hunt the majority of their food. Very cool. Termite mounds all around. Bake in the hot sun all day, get hard as concrete. When they wear down, like the one here on the right, animals like the hyena will climb up, and it gives them a great view of the savannah. You see the Ankoli cattle moving their way across. Now, their horns are made of a honeycomb material inside, and blood flows in there. They're like radiators. That regulates their body temperature. And look at the size of these horns. The one closest to us is a female. There's a bull way back there. Look at the thickness of her horns, and look at the span of the horns of that guy. Now, it's kind of hard to judge from the truck because we're sitting a little bit high up, but they are massive. And if you notice, her coat actually has to flare out to meet the bottom of those horns. Believe it or not, those horns can get about 2.5 times thicker than that, to the point where they actually don't look real. The bull right there, his horns are about 6 feet long each. Lots of wildebeest out here, gray color. They get their name from the Afrikaans for a wild beast, easy enough. They can run well over 40 miles an hour. Now, during their migration, some herds have been spotted, numbering in the tens of thousands. And we're at a really good look here. They make up the largest, most densely packed herds of all mammals, except for one, and that would be us. Alright, there's a giraffe just ahead. Giraffes are the tallest animals. They top out at around 20 feet. These are Maasai giraffes. They have this irregular kind of jagged pattern on their coat. Giraffes have one of the largest hearts of any land animal, one of the highest regular blood pressures. You can imagine it's going to take a lot of pressure to get the blood flowing all the way to that long neck. There's a lot of giraffes back there. Little baby giraffe on the left, he's the youngest in the reserve. He is about 11 months old. The one walking up to him is, let's see, she's also a baby. No, she's about 14 months old, 15 months old. When they're standing around in a group like that, that's called a tower of giraffes. If the group was on the move, it would be a journey of giraffes. Again, lots of wildebeest are all over the place. The short horns of the giraffe's head are called ossicones. The okapi we saw earlier, the males have those. With the giraffe, both male and female have them. Giraffes tongue is very long. Prehensile tongue about 16 to 18 inches long in the adults. Not part of the safari, but cool. Look at the moon over there on the right. All right, there's elephants ahead. There's a baby of the herd directly in front of us. She's 5 years old, and if you look to the left, that's her big sister right there. The one right behind the rocks. The other one all the way at the back is just another a friend of theirs, I guess. But these two are sisters. Their mom should be somewhere close by. The one in front of us, I still remember when she was a little teeny tiny 300-pound born. Elephants are the largest land animals. Full-grown males average around 12,000 pounds. The herds are made up of females and their young. When the males reach maturity, they have to leave the herd because they get really aggressive and unpredictable. It's not really safe for them to be around. Breeder flamingos are the largest and the lightest in the color of the flamingos. And they get their color from the brine shrimp that they eat, which is really high in carotene. Group of them is called a flamboyance. There's a cheetah laying down, another one walking right behind it. How cool is that? Beautiful. Now they're the fastest land mammals. They run over, there's one right here. Look at this, right by the rocks. They run well over 60 miles per hour. The teardrop-looking marks under their eyes help them with the glare from the sun. That long, thick tail is like a rudder. It stabilizes them when they're running really fast. One of the differences between cheetahs and all of the other cats is that they don't have fully retractable claws. Cheetahs' claws are always sticking out, and that gives them better traction when they're running really fast. Helps make better turns. Little bond toboggan over there at the horns. The other guy is over on the other side of that tall grass. I don't know if you can tell, but they have a white circle on their backside. I think nature was a little bit cruel. Seems like a terrible idea. They're called water bucks. Now the little bond toboggan coming up on the right, these guys were actually hunted for extinction in the wild. At one point there's only about 17 of them out there. A farmer had some on his land, and they were able to use them to start a breeding program after many decades. They are releasing bond toboggan into the wild. With the water bucks, you can see that white circle a lot better from here. And if you notice, their hair is pretty long. They secrete this oily substance that makes them water repellent. Bond toboggan are not very fast. They don't jump very well. They're not very athletic, and because of that, they're still around because they were able to kind of got stuck behind that fence. That's what kept them around. If not, if they had gotten out, they wouldn't be around today. This yellow box hanging on the stand right there, that's a beehive fence. Now, researchers here in Harambe Wildlife Reserve found that elephants are really afraid of bees, and they developed these fences for use around farms. Now, imagine that with much, much longer cables. Basically, when the elephants bump into that, the bees come out buzzing, and that sound scares the elephants away. We're more confident than the farmers. We are at the outskirts of Harambe Village. That doesn't mean, unfortunately, our safari is coming to an end. If you're interested in helping protect wild animals, you can reach out to any of the conservation associations, including our own, of course. And you can make donations, but really anything you can do to raise awareness is going to be helpful. And it can be as simple as sharing photographs or videos you take them, having a conversation, talking about some of the issues facing the animals. All that really does help. Here in Harambe, we don't have to say goodbye to the permanent. Instead, we say quality continues to go well. I hope you go well.
That safari was fantastic! We got to see so many of those amazing animals. Which one was your favorite? Let us know in the comments down below. We're reflecting on what the safari driver said about reaching out to a conservation associate here in the park about how we can help protect animals like these. He also mentioned donations and raising awareness. We're doing our best to spread the word by posting this video, but we also wanted to see about making a donation to Disney's Conservation Fund. As beautiful and peaceful as this park is, it's important to remember that some of the wildlife we've had the opportunity to see today is struggling out there. The wildlife team of Disney's Conservation Fund has helped to protect about 1,000 species across half of the countries in the world for over 25 years. They support over 600 other organizations who work every day to make the world a better place. Disney will match any donation dollar for dollar, so every little bit helps.
So we decided to make our way back to Discovery Island in the center of the park to find out about making a donation. We first checked the Discovery Trading Company in Riverside Depot. These are the stores on your right when you first see the Tree of Life. We then ran across the main path to the Island Mercantile. We were already motivated to help with a donation, but Disney always finds a way to make everything a little bit more magical. It was here that we found numerous displays showing a book titled The Disney Conservation Fund, Carrying Forward a Conservation Legacy. It turns out that every $25 donation to the Disney Conservation Fund is rewarded with a complimentary copy of this book while supplies last. All donations, big or small, are provided with a very cool and unique button that refers to the donor as a conservation hero.
With our donations made and book in hand, we had to take a quick trip to the Tree of Life to show you guys. This is a beautiful hardcover book showcasing many of the amazing impacts that the Conservation Fund has been able to accomplish. It has majestic photos of wildlife, landscapes, and the people directly influenced by the fund. Each button is a reminder that you made a difference that day, however big or small. One features an elephant, which will forever remind us of the amazing animals we were able to see today. The other has an iridescent color scheme in honor of the most magical celebration here in Walt Disney World. It also features some of our favorite Disney characters as well as silhouettes of real animals you've helped protect by donating to the fund. fantastic way to end our day at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Tell your friends about Disney's Conservation Fund, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share out this video if you had fun or found it helpful in any way. Check out our other videos, and we'll hope you'll park up with us again soon.